Nationwide's Thanksgiving Sellathon. Take your choice of Nationwide Datsun. A new 83 Nissan Sentra for only $46.99, or a new Datsun pickup for $46.99 with 8.9% 48-month financing. This exclusive 8.9% finance offer good only during our Thanksgiving Sellathon at Bill Schaefer's Nationwide Datsun, York and Timonium Road.
Stand by and go.
Victor, you're a recording engineer on this project. Just exactly what does a recording engineer do?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Let's do that one more time. Victor, you'll answer him on this.
You answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Vic just spaces out. Okay. He has away. Okay.
Obviously, he has no idea
Yeah,
what he
well,
does.
I'm just... You sit in chairs a
Let's
lot.
go to the next segment.
Okay, stand by. Ready to do it again? And go.
Victor, you're the recording engineer on this project. Just exactly what does that mean? What does a recording engineer do?
Well, the engineer, I guess in the simplest sense, is the guy who sets up the microphones, puts them in front of the guitar to make the guitar sound like a guitar. He runs the tape machines, works the board, the console, as you see. But working with Crack the Sky, the engineer, the role expands a great deal, let's say. It can mean a lot of things.
You said it's different working with Crack the Sky. It's expanded. How is that?
Well, it expands because you're dealing with a band that plays many different kinds of music. I mean, I never know what to expect, really, from one session to the next. If the lights are going to fall down, or...
Right on cue! That was amazing! The engineer seems to be sort of the unsung hero in one of these projects. I don't think the public at large really looks on an album as to who is the engineer. Sometimes they do the producer, but who is the engineer? But if you talk to an artist, they're as concerned about who the engineer is as who the producer is as the studio that they're doing it in. Does an engineer really make that much difference in the success or failure of a project?
Well, yeah, I think so, because, you know, understanding the equipment is one thing, but getting the most out of the band, understanding what a band wants to do, how they want to translate their music onto a piece of vinyl is something else again. And that's something that I really have learned a lot from working with Crack the Sky over the last few years, because I've developed a relationship with them where we work together really well. Very little needs to be said once they get in here, because we've worked together for a while, and I think I know what they want to do when they get in.
How many albums have you worked with them?
The last three albums. It's been over a period of about 4 years.
I have a tremendous aversion to guns. They scare me. To me, it's a major absurdity that anyone can virtually walk into a store and buy a pair of tennis shoes, a t-shirt, and a rifle and go out and splatter somebody over the sidewalk. I wanted to say something about that in the record. Basically, I had the format and the execution of the song. I wanted to have kids sing this line, "When I grow up, I want to buy a gun and shoot somebody," before I had the actual song written. And my wife, Mary, helped me with that, and we sat down and knocked it out. It's very simple. It's not much to it. The tricky thing was to collect the kids. And again, John Tracy helped me with that. He suggested that we go to an orphanage in the area. And we ended up going to a couple of them and having meetings with the people and the staff. And they were all for it. They thought it was a great idea, and they said the kids would love it and we'll have a good time. And they said, tell us when you want them in the studio and they'll be there, and they were. So here we are with now 60 people, when you include the technicians and all the children who know absolutely nothing about what's going to happen. And that gets a little scary, because it could either come out like garbage, or it could come out great. We worked on it most of the day, and the kids were okay. They were real pros at it. And I think it came out all right. I think that the message comes across. I just hope now that someone listens to it. There's no simple answer to this mess. I think that making people aware of a problem is a good start. I mean, these kids are the future. The frightening thing is they're being forced to accept shooting sprees and assassinations as being a part of the norm of their everyday life. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to sing this song, When I Grow Up. There's lyrics there, there's lyrics here, and you can refer to whatever's the most comfortable for you. They both say the same thing, obviously. We're going to do this thing over and over again, so you're going to get tired of it. So just loosen up, have a good time, sing it loud and out of pitch, however you want to do it, and just don't worry about any of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
We'll talk to John Tracy and Carrie Ziegler, and She's a Dancer live on the Crack the Sky special next. It's a familiar setting for you guys. You played a bar or two in your musical career, haven't you?
Sure have.
What's taken you out of playing the clubs and bars, or what took you out of playing clubs and bars and into Crack the Sky? How did that happen?
For me, that's pretty easy, because in the late 70s, I'd been in a couple bands that opened up for Crack the Sky at some of their shows. So I'd known John. So it was easy for him because we needed a drummer. He just called me. And I'd known Kerry for a long time, and I knew he was tired of the bar scene too. So I put him kind of at the top of the audition list. And at the audition, him and I and John played for about 7 hours one day, and he got the job. That was it. We didn't audition anybody else.
You were about ready to quit the whole musical scene, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to go pump gas. And then a mutual friend of ours got John and I in contact with each other, and went for the audition. And John says, "Well, Palumbo," he said, "Well, you have the job." I said, "Well, I think you ought to maybe try some other people out. You know, maybe try some other people, make sure I'm the one." He goes, "I don't think you understood. Do you want the gig or not?" I said, "Yeah, I'll take it."
Kerry, you're particularly animated on stage when you play bass. You're just not a background person. You're really out there.
Well, like I said before, you have to let them know that you're there. And I've always jumped around and had a good time when I play, because I feel like I'm lucky with what I'm doing. You know, there's a lot of people not happy with what they're doing. I feel very lucky.
When you guys are performing live, I know that it makes a difference playing off the audience and having a live audience to play to, and the band playing off each other. But you two in particular, when you're in concert, seem to play off of each other a lot.
Yeah, for me, that's really important, because Kerry's in my face every 2 seconds. And since we have to be kind of the backbone, it's very important for us to be tight, our personalities and everything else on stage.
You have to throw that bass and those drums up in front of people's faces, man. Let them know you're back there. You got to let them know who you are.
When Kerry and I do our solos, and we work it up, there's a part where I solo by myself and he solos by himself, and then there's another section we do together. And we just take a day or 2 days, and for just like a 30-minute section, and work it up. And we try to make it as hot as possible.
Well, 30 minutes is an awful long time there, John, for a solo.
But when you're hot, you're hot. Hon, can we have another round, please? This is on Chuck this time.
This beat is walrus. right, let me see. I'm 2-3. Where are you starting? You starting on a B? I'm on a B.
Besides everybody being really good friends, we have a wonderful working relationship with each other also. And when John comes to me to work out a song, whether it be on the road or his house or my house, we sit with each other. He has the basic song. We throw in vocal ideas and musical changes, and everybody in the band has an equal amount of creative input to the song. And that's what I really consider being a band.
We decided a few years ago to cover I'm the Walrus, basically because of the challenge of recreating a studio masterpiece live. It's one of those songs that gets people up on their feet and makes them happy, and when they came to us with the idea of running a contest of you know, the winners would come up on stage with the band, I Am the Walrus was the natural choice.
Just watch them and sing along.
The Crack the Sky special has been brought to you in part by Miller High Life, the best beer for the best time of the day. Welcome to Miller Time. I'm Chuck Ducote for 98 Rock. Thanks again to WBAL TV and Sheffield Audio Video Productions.